Okay, why do I want to homestead? That is the question that I'm going to answer today. My name is Leah Valenzuela. This is Homestead-ish. The reason it's called Homestead-ish is because this is our beautiful property, but we don't live here yet. We are milking a cow currently that lives on another person's property. We are going to be raising meat chickens on another person's property. I garden at my mom's old garden. I continue to take care of it after she passed away. And we're trying to make our dreams come true in a very unconventional way. Until we get out here on this land, we're trying to just learn what we can, do what we can, where we can, and just make it happen. We have 4 children, and currently at the time of this video, we have a 20-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 13-year-old. It's just my absolute dream to raise them. I love it. Our oldest is doing school of ministry this year. Our 18-year-old, this is his senior year. I am not ready for this to be the last season of baseball. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a puddle of tears. And our 15-year-old, she's about to turn 16. She is a sophomore, and our 13-year-old is in 7th grade. We homeschool currently. Our oldest is obviously graduated, and my 18-year-old, he does a charter school, and my 2 youngest I homeschool at home. I honestly never thought that we would homeschool ever, but we live in California, and that's that. So I absolutely love it, and I adore it, and I love spending more time with my kids, and I love being able to curate, what they can learn. We really actually did adore the private school that they were at before, but it's taken out of our hands when, different laws change. So we homeschool and we absolutely love it. This is one of my favorite spots. It has this little stream. I'll show you right here. The sun sets and it's just beautiful. I still pinch myself when I realize this is ours and what a miracle God did for us to be able to have this property. This is mine. It's been it's a total dream come true. I wanted to do this video to tell you guys why I want to homestead in the first place. So I grew up in a very small town, Weaverville, California. My dad was a pastor there, and I loved that little town. Such a charming little town. And when I say little, it was like 3,500 people. That little. I went to a school that was a small little private school, and it had about 35 people on average, kindergarten through 8th grade. So think Little House on the Prairie type setting. That basically is what it was, except we had 2 classrooms. So it was the younger ones and then the older ones. So I really enjoyed my experience, and I loved growing up in a small town, and it was up in the mountains. I grew up with chickens. I loved them. And I also loved, like so many other little girls, Little House on the Prairie. I kind of had a hard time reading, but if I did read, I loved historical fiction. Give me a book that they were going off to the west and in search of land that they could make their own and cultivate, and I always loved that. And I cannot wait to be out here with our cow, with chickens out here, and with goats, because we have the world's biggest amount of poison oak in this place that I'm actually going to go spray right now with vinegar, salt, and Dawn dish soap that is supposed to kill it, because I won't let up touch this ground. This is raw, never been built on dirt, and it will not be touched with anything crappy. Cannot wait to be out here. I just want to be out here in an RV. I don't care if I have to live in a tent, although our summers are like 115, so that would be torture. I love it. Just the sounds, the frogs that are probably super loud for this video, the roosters. We're surrounded by neighbors all around us, but it's a really good neighborhood. It's peaceful. It's like dead-end road type situation, so it's ideal. There's a bunch of horses behind us on that property right there. We have tried to buy property multiple times over a decade, and it just didn't work out. Or with younger kids, We were driving so much, I was gonna end up being in the car 4 hours a day just driving around because the only properties we could afford were further out. And now we homeschool, but we didn't back then. And so it was gonna be a lot. So I still wish we had the whole farm, little farm, homestead kind of experience when my kids were younger. But we did have a ton of fun, and my kids loved sports and dance. And so it was their seasons, and that was the right time for that. Well, now this is the time for this, and I could not be more overjoyed. It's an absolute, complete dream fulfilled. We've had this property now for 2 years. 2 years. And we come out here all the time. We've done so much prep work. We've had tons of help from other people as well on helping us clear trees. That was amazing. And brush, and it was a raw 41 acres that we bought. We have a lot of fires in this area, so our main thing when we got here, we're like, okay, we have to clear and prep the area that we want to stay safe and where we're going to, like, because 41 acres is a lot. And it's very like wooded. So we were like, let's concentrate on 5 to 7 acres and let clear that, what we need to do, and make it ready. Those frogs are so loud. I hope they're not too loud for this video. We are currently in the permitting process for our home that we designed, and I am so excited to get out here, actually have our cow out here, have chickens, have goats, have pigs, have the whole thing, and have my garden here. I could not be more thrilled. We live in Northern California. Now, this is where God wants us, and this is where I love California as the beauty of California. Don't get me started on the rest of it. Sometimes it is very hard living here. Yeah, especially with the permitting thing. Like I have a friend who's gonna build, and she was like, oh yeah, we'll go in and we'll just get the permit in a week. And it'll be a couple $1,000s. The permits here are not like that. It takes a lot longer. The shortest time is like 2 months. So we are waiting on that right now, but we know it's in God's hands, and we're just doing the next thing that we're supposed to be doing. Right now we're working on getting power. We do want to do a lot of off-grid things, but in order for us to get a permit to be able to build, we have to hook up to water and we have to hook up to power. So all of my like completely wanting to be 100% off the grid kind of got dashed because of the place that we chose to live in California. But I know this is where we're supposed to be, and I'm really excited because I know when you're in the place that you're supposed to be, even if situations can be hard and tricky to navigate, that if it's where God wants you, then favor's gonna be there. When I started this YouTube channel a few years ago, I did basically daily vlogs of just the kids and sports and dance and, you know, the daily grind. And I stopped for about 1.5 years. I picked it back up when we bought this because I wanted to document, even if nobody watched it, for myself. I love making videos. It's a form of creativity for me. I used to be a photographer, and so I love finding the beauty and putting it to film. I am very excited to document this. I wanted to document the house. I want to document setting up for the animals. I want to document the gardening. I want to document it all. And I hope that you would love to follow along. And I want to learn from y'all too. Like down in the comments, I love when people comment tips and ideas, and I think it's such a cool place that we can learn from each other. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for coming along on this journey with us. I hope that you have a wonderful, blessed day.